Hello everyone and welcome to a book talk for Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. This is, I believe this is the debut for this author, and it's been so popular that, yep, it says this is her first novel. It has yet to come out in paperback, and I have no idea. I guess the date keeps getting pushed back and stuff. So anyway, and I can see why. So this takes place mostly in Washington. So this is a standalone book and was published in 2020. There is an audiobook available. There are two narrators. We have Marin Ireland, who narrates the majority of this book, and then Michael Urie narrates only one perspective. And I'll tell you about that one in a second. So 11 hours and 16 minutes on standard one-time speed. So a couple of POVs. This is told in third person, except for the point of view of the octopus. You actually have a POV from an animal, and in this case he is an octopus. His name is Marcellus, and that is who Michael Urie narrates for. That was like really good narration on that. Loved the narrator for Marcellus in this. So Marcellus, the perspectives from Marcellus start out with, let me get to one. Day 1,300 of my captivity. So it's kind of like a diary entry for Marcellus. Talks about how many days of captivity, how he's nearing the end of his life, because as an octopus he can only survive so long in captivity and all of that. He's just reaching the end of his life. Other POVs, you have Tovar, who is a cleaner. She cleans the, not the tank, but the aquarium. Is that what they're called? I don't. Anyway, she works at the facility that houses Marcellus, and she cleans like the gum from the floor, empties the garbage, things like that. So she cleans that. And it was either her or her parents, but I think it was her, immigrated from Sweden. So we have a little bit of Swedish representation in here. You have a point of view from Cameron, who is 30 years old in this book. He talks about his, okay, so let me go back to Tovar, because that's the biggest thing that we're following. She lost her husband to cancer, and she lost her son due to a drowning in the sea. So this takes place on the coast of the sea, and it's been like 30 years since her son died, and she is at the point of her life where, since she's a widow, she has no other children, because again, her son died, is presumed dead at the bottom of the sea. She's thinking about selling her house and what she's going to do for all of that. And it also talks about losing her brother. So her brother has passed away as well. So putting herself in a position where she's better able to take care of herself is big on her mind. She is part of a group that that's called the Nitwits in this. They just get together and talk. Think kind of like a book club, except they do mostly knitting, but in this case they just mostly gossip about stuff. So she's a part of that. There's a lot of emphasis again on the loss of her son and just coming to terms with this stage in her life where she is alone and what she's going to do. The other point of view we're following is Cameron, who is 30 years old. He had kind of a rough upbringing. He was raised by his aunt. His mother gave him up because his mother was addicted to drugs. You learn that right away. And he doesn't know who his dad is. He is given a box at one point with some stuff that was his mother's. And he sees like this item who makes him think he can figure out who his dad is, and he thinks he does and tries to get in contact with his dad. So we're going to leave it at that. And so he's on this journey to find his dad. Again, Tovar is on this journey to figure out what she's going to do with her life now and things like that. Oh, you have a point of view from Ethan, who comes up, who is an immigrant from Scotland, and he owns the local grocery store. This is in a small town. So we do have some point of views from Ethan. So yeah, this was just a sweet book. What else can I tell you about this? Marcellus, I mean, you know what happened to Tovar's son. Now, Marcellus, in Cameron's hunt for his dad, he ends up in the same town as Tovar and Marcellus, okay? Who's the octopus, and Ethan. They're all in this same town. People can see something with Cameron where they go, I think you're related to this particular person. But it's like Marcellus kind of takes it upon himself to try and drop hints about this. However an octopus can, you'll have to read it to figure out. To this individual to say, I think you're related to this person. And things like that. So it's a very sweet book, very sweet story. And kind of coming to terms with your life situation, and also with the fact that it's like, just because life has been hard doesn't mean it has to continue to be hard. You can change your situation. In certain situations, you can change things. People can change and change for the better. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what this book is about. Very sweet book. I do highly recommend. Okay, so in case you're still on the fence, because I don't want to spoil anything, that's not the point of these book talks. It's just to help you kind of know what the book is about. And then I tell you the content and trigger warnings. If you're still on the fence, then I go into the word or the language usage. So content and trigger warnings, you have loss of a child. You have drug addiction. You have loss of brother. You have cancer talked about. So loss of a spouse, and you have someone trying to rekindle a relationship, but you don't know if that's going to really happen. You have a single parent in this story whose son does not want, kind of being protective when it comes to other men that enters his mother's life. Okay. So you have some miscommunication due to that situation, which is understandable, and things like that. So that's your content and trigger warnings. This is not a heavy book as far as content and trigger, although death is very much a prevalent thing in this. So now, in case you're still on the fence, you're going, okay, those content and trigger warnings are okay, I can handle those. In case there's a word that you don't like in your books at all, let's tell you about some of these words that could be bothersome to some readers. You have the word Lord coming up twice. Ass or arse 7 times. It would say come up as arse when it was in Ethan's perspective, because that's how he says it where he's from Scotland. We have ungodly 1 time. Hell 30. Douchebag 3. Asshole 9. Horny once, and there is no open door sex in this. Bitch 3 times. Damn 17. Piss 4. Dick 1. Fuck 2. The term goddamn 9. Bloody 6. Again, where someone's from Scotland, so from the UK area, that is a swear word in that area. Hell-raising once. Bang twice. The word God 6, not in a religious sense. None of these are done religiously. Wanker 2, again, that is from Ethan's point of view where he's from Scotland. Prick once. Balls once. Badass once. Bullshit twice. Ass hat once. And shit 65 times. So that's the language. So nothing overly, yes, the F-bomb pops up, but out of this whole book, it's twice. And this edition that I have, this story was 355 or 54. 355 times. So yeah. So yeah, let me know. Have you read this book? Are you interested in reading this book, or are you going to try to hold out until there's a paperback edition? Let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.